Bink here, Bink's Corvair Addiction. Well, I just took a ride out to, well, I went and got some parts, but before that I took a ride out to Casa Grande, hour from the house, down to visit Jeff LaPoon, the machinist, and give him a few parts, and he gave me some hubcaps, and we talked a little bit, and then back when I took a ride and picked up that FC block, Joe and I and the two dogs, we took a ride and got that block and some parts, and he had, Roy was his name, nice guy. He had rear end and 3 or 4 speed there and a few other parts, and he said he wanted to keep that for the buggy right now. Well, he since has messaged me a few weeks back, and he says he wanted to get rid of them, and I'm like, it's an hour drive, I don't really need it and that. And he messaged me again. He said to come get them, and I was like, I don't know, or he was selling them or something at first, but come get them. And then I said, well, I don't really want to drive an hour to, one way just to buy some parts. And he said, no, you can have them. So I'm heading home. I got him. He said, oh, you sound like a good guy. So, and then the Corvair. So I guess the nose is broke on the one piece, and the rear end, it looked like somebody had the one side piece off. So I said, well, I guess if the ring and pinion's good in there, it says, it's worth the trip, And he said they were good. So we'll take the cover off later and check it out. But anyways, yeah, it's just Jackson and me. Jill didn't want to go for a long ride, and we're heading home right now, and then we'll check this stuff out. All right, guys, that was Sunday when I went and picked up those parts, and it's already Monday morning. He gave me a bell housing. There's a bucket of some bolts and some pieces, and what you see here, I don't know if this is a 3 or 4 speed. I have to check that out. I'm not familiar with any of that yet. I haven't worked on any of it. I'm gonna put this back in there. I had cleaned this in the tank, and I don't know. And I wiped that out, and I'm gonna try to get this back in there. It's all busted. This edge is they really pounded on that thing at some point to get it off. But I had to blow that out, blow that groove out. I see there's stuff stuck in there too. And hopefully I can get that back in there. I'll put this back in there, and it's actually got the numbers there too. So that should tell you the gear, the ratio. But we'll pull the cover off and take a look in there. I want to try to get this stuffed back in there first a little bit. So I took this off that they actually had bent out of the way. The lock, it's pretty much wrecked. I've been spinning this thing and spinning it, and it seems like they have this stripped, or the threads seem goofed up on here for sure, so it won't catch even in there. I just wanted to put it together. Roy said the gears were good in here. I don't know, I pulled the screws out. They don't look like they've ever been out before. I couldn't get that this here end cap screwed in there. I put that keeper on there, and I just put these the pieces back in there. I'm just gonna put a wire on there. I just want to see what the gear is in here. Now, like the one of those green bars out there, this is busted off, and so I mean it could be usable, something usable. I don't know. Let me know if if it's worth the drive. Yeah, I don't think he's ever had it off, so if he hasn't had it off, I don't know how he knows it's good, but maybe. Well, let me see. Let's get a flashlight and take a look. 50-50 on this one. It's clean. Yeah, I don't know. I think they're kind of crap. I mean, they look like had something in there, but I don't know. Was it worth it? 2 hours, well, hour and a half driving to go get these. It was only like, actually probably, because I went down by Jeff's, the machinist's place, it was probably only a hour, 15 minutes out of my way there around. So I don't know, more junk laying around the frickin' place. But we got the transmission here, might be okay for something, I don't know. I'll just throw the cover on there, and I got the numbers, and you know, throw it in a pile, throw it in a storage container. This here is the motor block that I got from Roy out in Buckeye, and it has since been cleaned, ran through a wash once, and to get the junk off of it to see what's all in there. And I'll have to ask Gary, is that what it is when you spin a bearing? Is this thing junk too? I spent $100 on junk, scrap aluminum. I don't know. So yeah, that was my Sunday. Drove down by Jeff. I was doing a Corvair parts order, and he asked me, since I was putting in an order, if he could order him some parts. So I ran down by Jeff, gave him his parts. He's going to be making, I gave him also the bearing puller press tool for an FC and for a car, and he said he's going to machine a set of them and make them for me. It's very cool, very cool. So he gave me a set of these hubcaps. He said, you want them? I don't have use for them, 13s. Throw them on a shelf. Saturday Artie was down here. He got that car running with that motor I gave him, he's from up in Cholo, the young 17-year-old. So he was very happy, and he's gonna start working on his other one. And he wanted to know if I had some 102 heads. Well, he knew I had some 102 heads, but he wanted to see what I'd could hook him up with. And he wanted to buy he knew what I had. He wanted to buy that the original motor I was gonna sell him. And I said, hey, I'll just give you, just come down. He goes, oh no, he goes, I'll give you something, I'll trade. He goes, I got parts and stuff that I don't need. And I said, I don't need nothing. So he gave me these, he brought down a set of 61 heads that have been all cleaned up. And he goes, take them. He goes, I want you to take them. He goes, I don't have a use for them. I said, well, okay. I said, I have the 61, maybe, the 61 ramp side. So I don't know. He gave me a nice set of heads that he did some work on. And he also made me this lamp. Very cool. He said, he goes, I ran out of time. I didn't get to finish it. But so yeah, he took just an old fan here and an exhaust log, manifold, and some lights. He said he ran out of time because I guess he'd probably run some LED lights in a cord or something in there. And he also signed it, and he wrote here, Scott, thank you so much for your generosity. I couldn't have revived this Corvair without your help. Artie Bloomington. Very cool, very cool. Nice guy. So he was down, and we picked up some junk on Sunday, and now it's Monday. Now I'll have to go put that away because I don't want it laying around here. And is it junk? Is it, some good parts on it? Let me know. I don't know. I always tend to go and pick up stuff and not know what I'm getting. But anyways, that was free but not free. Time and fuel. So anyways, yeah, that's it. Let me know. Thanks for watching. Bing's Corvair Addiction.